All right, as we come into this matchup, we'll discuss a little bit of how Flash and Jaedong felt coming into the match. Sean, what kind of maps did they drop and what kind of maps did they pick for this matchup?
Well, for the semi-final, you have the 5 maps which are in the map pool: Outsider, Match Point, Destination, Fighting Spirit, and Tower Cross. And then each player has to drop 1 map, and then the 3 maps after that are put down random, and they come out in a random order of which one will play first. Flash deciding to take down Outsider, not feeling comfortable playing against Jaedong on that map, and Jaedong decides to take down Destination, and that's quite a wise choice by Jaedong, because Destination, in my opinion and other opinions, is a very Terran strong map, because you can just crawl to your next expansion, and it's really hard for Zerg to break that down. So Jaedong does get rid of that, and the first match will be Match Point, the second match will be on Tower Cross, and if we do go to a final Match Point game, that will be on Fighting Spirit.
And one of the things to note about this map that we're coming up on is that Match Point, your natural expansion is kind of pulled back a little bit from your choke point, making it so you cannot really have a static defense. You always have to be on your game at the front of your base, and we're going to have to see what these guys do as we get into the matchup.
We have the standard opening of the Koreans shouting Hanadu set.
Oh, for sure,
Pretty
for
standard.
sure.
And we do
No, Jaedong on the top right, I believe.
bottom left.
We go bottom left, okay, bottom left. And we do have Flash on the top right as Terran. Yes, there is the Zerg and T. And we are going to get these guys underway as they start the map. Like I said, that choke point and the natural expansion being pulled back so far away. We'll see how they control that. As well as the long map. They know where each other are with only the 2 spawns, but it is a long way to each base, so we'll see how they play that.
And this, as I was saying before, you could regard this as the final of the World Cyber Games. It is the semi-final, but the caliber of play we're going to see in this matchup is of the highest standard in the world. This is the best Terran player in the world versus the best Zerg player, right? And this is huge. And they're going duking it out in the semi-final. A lot of people do think that's unfortunate, but we are seeing it here, and it's going to be interesting. I really want to see what Flash does, because I know his style. He likes the macro-orientated style. Will he go for the 14cc with the 15 racks? I'm not sure. We're going to have to find out what he does.
Yeah, we can see the crowd backing everybody here as they just continue their game. Flash versus Jaedong. We've been waiting for this one all weekend to think, like you said, it would be the final match, and it almost is, because all it is Team Korea to come down for the win here. But right now, Flash versus Jaedong, that awaited match happening on Match Point, and we still have yet to see how they're doing, both with a basic build so far, nothing awry, so it's going to be so far until they attack, really anything's going to happen. And
Flash's rise into the scene in the past few years, a couple of years ago, whenever he faced off against Jaedong, he always used to say, I admire Jaedong, he's a fantastic player, I love playing against him. In his more recent interview during this year when he won the MSLs, he was questioned once again about Jaedong, and he says, I am the best player right now in Brood War, and he is confident about that. Jaedong, on the other hand, has not been performing as well versus Flash most recently. He did take down the World Cyber Games Korea Finals, but in the MSL and OSL, he did lose versus Flash, so Flash does have the upper hand in recent results.
We're going to see that expansion going down. He's not going for any type of rush here, and he is going to be making this fast. The pool is up. We're going to get some lings out. These units are down. We see the gas. There's his expansion, and that's the one we talked about, pulled so far back you can't even see the choke on his base at that expansion yet. So still everything dark on the outside, and the scouts about to go out. The Overlord almost over to Flash's base, as Flash now making his way to see what Jaedong is up to.
Yeah, this is really interesting. He's pulled units off, he's pulled SCVs off gas now, and I think it looks like he's going to go some vulture harassment as he does go for the factory. Jaedong, on the other hand, has got 2 links out, going to try and get rid of this SCV, the deny scouting. This is really interesting. Will Jaedong go for a standard 2 muted play? That's going to be really cool, especially with going for this factory play. He's going to be able to do a ton of damage. And look, there is no units, there are no SCVs. There is a shout out to Cal in the crowd, playing tomorrow in the final against the winner of this match.
Yes, Kajilla doing very well in his matches, aka Cal, what have you, and this scout doing a very good job of keeping himself alive right now. But these Zerglings possibly causing a little bit of trouble when they get there. No, there's a Marine right there to micro him around. Like you said, that factory build, very strong. We could see those tanks rolling out quite quickly. Maybe those vultures again with the spider mines. Just an absolute beautiful micro that he has with vultures. So I'm excited to really see where he goes with this.
Yeah, it looks like Flash is saving a lot of minerals now. He's decided to build a vulture. He's still not mining from gas, so he is going to go for marine vulture. The barracks has been lifted up. He has to pull a couple of SCVs off just to help these 2 marines fight off these lings. They're going to go in. Will Jaedong be able to get an SCV kill? This could be huge early on. Does he get it? No, it?
Oh.
No, the Link does die, and the expansion has been put down for Flash. More Links are coming in. Cute harassment here by Jaedong, but nothing really that's going to change anything in the game. Vulture is out, and these Links will go down.
Are those Vultures. Now it's either going to be that second machine or that second factory, or he's going for a starport. We'll have to see here. He is going for that second CC. And we are going to see the unit count just being a little bit more on Flash's side at this point.
Yeah, and the layer has just finished, as we saw on screen. The Spire will be going down. He has got a Sunken on his Natural just in case any pressure from the Vulture. Or if he manages to get this Overlord, that could be huge. I don't think he has enough DPS from this Marine to take it down. The Barracks is there, giving it sight range. If he lost that, that would be huge, but he should be able to get away just fine.
Yeah, very good job there. Also, game sense by both players, getting out of there, using the Barracks to actually get that Overlord out so he can't come back in, harass later, and just get an easy peek on it. That's like having a scout there all the time, and you're going to be able to counter what your opponent is doing. You can see Jaedong is just kind of throwing himself around the map here, making sure there's no expansions at any other part of the base, that Flash isn't doing anything awry. And there we see the Armory coming out for some Goliaths because he knows that Jaedong is going to go Mutas.
Yeah, he knows that Jaedong's going to go Mutas, and Mech is so good on this map because it's such an enclosed map. There's so many like choke points, there's so many narrow paths that Zerg has to come through to do any form of aggressive attacking, and therefore the tanks, the Goliaths are going to do a ton of damage. The Armory has finished. Goliaths are going to be on the way. He's probably researching the upgrade for the Goliaths for the range. Third hatch, is being built, and we are going to see Mutas coming out anytime to do some form of harassment.
Yeah, he's definitely looking for that defense to be in the base by air, and he's going to go with those ground units to contain because he's got that engineering bay going up. Most likely going to put up at least a few turrets around there to deter anything from really attacking his mineral line. We'll see what he does. But right now, those factories are going to start pumping out goals, and they're going to get some Vultures on this. A nice setup for D here, as both players seem to be stacked up very well in their build right now and really haven't had any deterrence from where they want to go.
Now, turrets are being produced now. He knows that these Mutas are coming. He's got one on the Natural as well. And this is how Flash plays. He loves this macro-oriented style. Look, he's at 35 food now. He's got this expansion fully mining. He's got the turrets out. He has to defend well against these Mutas. But this is Jaedong. This isn't just a regular Zerg player. Jaedong has the sickest mutalist micro, and he's going to be putting Flash under a lot of pressure straight away. And here they come in now.
It is a ridiculous micro. You know, you stack them in Brood War 4 or 5 on top of each other. You can go in and out, micro those characters, and take out one unit at a time, chipping away. That causes your opponent to always have to fixate on that location while they're trying to micro their build as well. Good job on the Goliaths along with the turrets. That's very good defense there, and they have no chance of even doing any damage yet.
Yeah, as soon as this range is out for the Goliaths, they're going to be able to defend against this super easily. The Barracks is there to help scout as well, and Jaedong, he can't find any access. He's looking for little holes in his base. He can't find any. The third base is going to put down now for Jaedong. He's looking in. Look at that. The Goliath range is doing a ton of damage. Turrets there. Jaedong's got to be careful with these Mutas. He can't afford to lose any in this kind of situation this early on.
That looked like it was about 3 or 4 Mutas there. Actually, 3 Mutas moving back down the map. He's going to pull him back to his base, making sure Jaedong Flash isn't anywhere around. And there's actually Vulture. He's going to easily be able to take that out, and that's what he's doing, going around exactly what Flash was doing, is searching the map for any more expansions or units for a flank.
Yeah, the Hydra Den has been put down by Jaedong, realizing that he cannot go fully muted because of this perfect defense here by the ultimate weapon. Turrets everywhere with the Goliath range upgrade. They're just making short work of any Mutas that come in. Here they come again. They're trying to do some damage on the Natural. Will they be able to do anything? Goliaths are out of position. He comes in, takes down an SCV, 2 SCVs, and he does get out. I think he lost 1 Muta, but taking down a couple of SCVs. Really nice play.
You know, a beautiful job with the Barracks still right there over the area where you could just sit his Mutas the whole time. That unstructural area filled with walls on the map. There's about 4 or 5 Mutas to harass, but a beautiful placement of everything that Flash has. To turrets, to all of his floating buildings so he can see things off of his map is doing very well.
I thought that was actually going to be a round of Hydras. That was a large round of drones going down to the bottom. So, you know, Jaedong is looking for his macro right now. And these 2 Vultures, they could be going down. If he doesn't spot them, is he going to spot them? Does he know? I don't know. I don't think he sees them. They could be going down straight for these drones. Look at that timing by Flash. That is incredible. And he's going to let on these drones. He's going to do a ton of damage on these drones. 1 goes down. He's going to get another 2 goes down, and he pulls out. Really nice play there by Flash, and they are going to escape before these Mutas take them out.
Very nice job. If he wasn't fixated on those turrets, he would definitely be laying spider mines right down in his base right now.
Oh, look,
Hydra's coming out. Hydras and Mutas. Nice job by Jaedong right now. It's changing up the game type, giving himself some units on the ground as well as in the air. He already had the Overlords for detection, so right now he's just going to work those mutas onto the Vultures. But the Vulture now to work the economy line, just harassing right now from Flash's side.
Nice. That was really nice by Jaedong, pulling that drone off and attacking the Vulture, taking down that. A nice harassment play here by Flash, doing as much damage as possible with not that many units, just a couple of Vultures. A ton, 4 factories out now, 2 add-ons on it, and we have the armory, second armory going down. This is trademark Flash. He loves getting the double armory. Science facility is up as well, so we are going to see some science vessels. Really nice play, but look at Jaedong pushing out. Oh, mines! Oh my God! That was huge. Huge play by there. That was taking out 4 or 5 Hydras. Really nice placement there by Flash with his Vulture mines.
Proved me wrong. Like I said, he would have laid some mines if he had them, but he did, and he's just playing that smart Flash. There it is, a few more kills, and he's going to try to get that Vulture out of there. Save those spider mines, get him back to base. There is the defense to be played right there. He's also got the tanks out 4 factories, pumping out units right now as he's getting the upgrades going, double down as he's going for that science vessel.
And it looks like he's pushing out now. This is Flash pushing out of his base. He feels comfortable with the defense within his base. A couple of Goliaths and turrets. He's going to move out with his entire army. He's going to be putting a ton of pressure on the natural of Jaedong.
And here we are. We got a lot moving in, and this is where it causes you to have to move your defense between the choke and your natural. Very good job by the Overlord moving with to block those spider mines, and they are going to have to move back. A very nice back line, and they're not going to be able to attack it. Oh, wow. Very nice attack from the Hydras.
Oh, look at this. The Vultures come in for more free range on these drones. One goes down. He's got to pull out because there's too many Hydras and mutas there for that to do anything. But really nice play there by Jaedong, defending against that. But then that Vulture mine, I loved how that Flash drew his army in with the Goliaths, went behind with Vultures, put mines down behind them, and Jaedong went back and then stepped on the mine. That was really nice play by Flash.
Jaedong either stockpiling gas or has just plus 800 right now. Flash at 90 and 90 on both minerals and gases. He is extremely spending everything in the smartest way possible. Right now has one of the biggest forces on the map, although Jaedong has the left side of the map covered with Zerg. Really, your hatcheries are good for producing units. It is going to bolster your economy, but you want those larva numbers.
Yeah, definitely. And I love the way these Vultures are going around, just doing tons of harassment, laying mines around. The second hatchery is going up there. But look, I love the way that Jaedong is defending. He's got Hydras in all the choke points, making sure these Vultures can't come in. A ton of mines up there. And the science vessel, the third is going down for Flash. He will be taking his third anytime now.
Those mines giving him sight all over, just doing what he can to just barrage this map with attacks. Any way to dwindle down Jaedong. He knows that he's got a lot of forces moving, doing what he can here as he moves across the map to clear it out. Very nice job. Not going for mutas anymore. He kind of switched right over.
Yeah, he's going for these Hydras, going for mutas against the Goliath and turrets. He couldn't do anything. It looks like we're going to see a drop.
Little speedy Overlord.
It looks like we're going to see a drop, I'm pretty sure. But there's a ton of turrets. Look how prepared Flash is. He knows everything. Turrets, mines. Flash just knows exactly how Jaedong likes to play. Jaedong being forced to pull back.
Yeah, this is ridiculous, and that is a lot of mutas if he can stack them on each other. Even if they confront anybody, he's going to be able to get in there and do all that damage that splashes around with the muta attack. So if he can micro these mutas very well as he can, he is Jaedong. He is going to do a lot of damage right here.
Yeah, look at all this great positioning here. He's moving in with a ton of Vultures down the middle of the map, just moving around, seeing exactly the army composition that Zerg does have. He looks like he's trying to go down to the bottom base. I'm not sure if he'll be able to get in there because there are Hydras helping defend that area.
Yeah, we can see both players now actually building in the money. They've really not figured out what to do. They're just trying to really see the upper hand here. Nice job. Like I said, you can stack those mutas up. Vultures can do nothing about that air. And you see the defense, though. They would not get by right now what Flash has in his base and what he can bolster that defense with. And you can see the Vultures now returning. Both players trying to contain the map. A very good job by Jaedong right now, controlling the whole middle and left side as he's almost starting to contain Flash right now, but it's really too early to say that.
Well, look at Flash. He has +2 attack, +1 defense, and it looks like Jaedong's coming in now. There's a bunch of mines there. Does he see them? He does see them in time. Takes down the mines.
Wow.
But I don't think it's a good idea for Jaedong to try and engage here. There's a ton of siege tanks with +2 attack. They're just going to melt these Hydras. I don't think Jaedong should try and go in here. He's just hanging outside the third base. Not really doing anything. Science Vessel is out already. He's going for their mutas. He can't quite reach. He's got to be careful because these Hydras are there. He does pull back just in time. Really nice play. The fourth base for Terran is being built as well, so we will look to try and move down to try and secure that.
Yeah, he really wanted to get that radiation on those mutas, but he just couldn't. They were too fast for the Science Vessel. Mr. Burns just saying pull back. And now we're going to see what they got inside the base here. Just a little bit of movement, still setting up more turrets, spending money, balling right now in Flash's base on the defensive side. Again, another expansion coming up, a little bit of D going there, and he's going to go and try and thwart some more spider mines in here at the top side of the base, setting them down, and he's just pretty much with those mines until Jaedong gets himself out. Now Flash is playing the containment.
Yeah, Flash moves in here with a couple of vultures, just seeing exactly how much that Jaedong has. He knows that he's got majority of the map now. Jaedong's taking the entire map. Hive is almost done as well. Another hatchery being added here. Jaedong just macroing away, and the Defiler Mound is up as well. That's going to really help. And it looks like Flash has decided to move out. There is a ton of Hydras. And right now he's put into position. This is it. Flash decides now he needs to return.
Oh, wow. Siege tanks.
Oh, look at the way that he uses that. Oh, now brilliant play. All the Hydras go down. Flash just moving out easy. Look at all them tanks.
Oh my.
+2, 1 upgrades. He's going to take his fourth now. As he does, he lifts it up. He will be taking down his fourth. And it just looks like Jaedong cannot actually get into that army without Defilers. He really does need to get them out.
You know, Jaedong producing the same unit still, and he wasn't worried about those mutas anymore. Now he has to worry about those siege tanks, and he can't get his Hydras in any closer without having air. So he might have to revert back over now. A lot of siege tanks coming out of the hands of Flash, and he has enough to guard and attack. We could see a little bit of a force push here. See if these Hydralisks can take out a few of those tanks with these mutas on the micro to the right side.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's doing with these mutas. I don't think he can really go in there. There's just too many turrets. But look at the food count right now. 148 versus 145. That is really close.
Yeah,
this game is pretty close.
You know, units to units, but it's really the power units are in the favor of Flash right now. So the Hydralist of these siege tanks and Goliaths, he's really going to start producing units that have to be able to get in close on these tanks. And these Mutalisks are going to have to come from the backside somehow without getting taken out.
Yeah, the Mutas and the Hydras do have +2 carapace, which will help out a ton versus this army. It looks like Jaedong's deciding to move in. I don't know if he's going to move in here or not. He's got a ton of Hydras. He's got so many Hydras. Mutalisks are going to help out as well by doing a ton of splash damage against this. Is he going to move in here?
Every expansion on the map is now used, ladies and gentlemen. A beautiful attack here. He could lose a lot. He did get that radiation down. It's going to be an attack from both sides.
And here comes the flank. He comes in from both angles. Jaedong trying to take down this line of siege tanks. All the Hydras are just melting though. There's so many. All these vultures. Can Jaedong pull this through? Goliaths are through. And Flash's army is melting. Jaedong is pulling this through. And there is nothing really left of Flash's army. He really needs to reinforce this.
He does. He had a lot more tanks. Maybe they're in the base trying to siege these up. He should be able to take out these Hydras, but there are more coming. You can see the line across the map just happening now. Scourge to take down that vessel. Factories still pumping out tanks and vultures. Anything that Flash can create right now. You can see his face frantically moving, but still calm, cool, and collected as he regains control of the middle. Amazing battle.
Yeah, that was really close. If Flash had actually lost that key position on the map, that could have caused so much damage for him. But he's got a ton of factories out, just pumping out units. He reinforced superbly well, and that shows us the macro level of the Koreans are able to reinforce so fast. Army just replenished instantly, and we go a ton of Hydras moving down as well.
Wow.
Flash is trying to set up camp down on the south side of the base. Mines are there to help as well, and he is lodging siege onto this expansion. Jaedong needs to defend this.
You know, this is where we say that, you know, all the hatcheries don't really bolster economy, they bolster units. And look at how many Hydras he can create right away. A huge attack here coming out of the hands of Jaedong, but the tanks wants to know he got him. A little bit of a shield on the tank, doesn't matter. Jaedong coming in with a fearful power in numbers Hydralisk force, and he will slaughter those tanks, turning around the turrets, and he now has just a few left before he gets into Flash's real base.
That's superb play by Jaedong, cleans that up easily, and his economy is flying. He's so far ahead in terms of economy. He's just pumping units. And now, let's be careful with that mine.
Man.
Oh, another mine goes down. Oh, he can't lose Hydras like that. So simple. He's trying to move in here. He's got to get that overload there because he's actually doing so much damage. Science vessel is going to go down. Is he going to focus it? Another. Oh.
Wow. You know, at this point, I think Flash kind of feels comfortable. Or, I mean, Jaedong feels comfortable meat shielding those units, getting those spider mines to go away. Now starting to work at Flash's defense, taking a lot out. There's not going to be that much money to grab anymore. I mean, they do still have 4 bases going, so this game could go on for another hour right now. Flash at 2,500 minerals, 197 gas, 95 to 98 supply on both sides. An amazing matchup, and we see the end game units coming out. We got some Defilers, no Ultralisks yet. but there's really money not to be spent there.
Yeah, Flash, the reason why he has so many minerals is because he's using Mechanic is extremely gas heavy, and he doesn't have enough gas to continually pump out the right amount of mech units he wants to, so the minerals are flying up, and there's nowhere really he can really spend these minerals, because it's not like he can get another expansion, because the entire map is taken, but because it is a 2-player map, which does like limit the amount of expansion you can. And look at the army of Jaedong, that is huge. Defilers out as well, Lings, Hydras. It's going to have a really hard time when Flash decides to push out against that army.
It's going to have to be an amazing micro if he wants to do this. Right now, just trying to attack the money, but he just has so much. Really, what he needs to do is take out all of those geyser drones, and he might have a chance, because right now, coming into this forceful attacks, everything by Jaedong just seems like it's soonly going to wear away on Flash.
Yeah, definitely, it really will. And this is this shows us the level that the Koreans are at. Throughout the tournament, we have seen very fast 10-minute matches, but this is we're going into the 20-minute mark now, and this is a long game drawn out by two of the best players in the world, Flash and Jaedong. Been duking it out for years and years now. Then here we come with a vulture attack. There are 3 Sunkers and a couple of limited Hydras.
Oh.
This isn't going to do anything. He won't be able to get any form. He gets one drone, but the vultures do go down. Look at the amount of Hydras on that mini-map.
Wow.
That orange line just drawing across the map.
You know, the perfect thing about this, in the way that Jaedong is going to get past those tanks, is these Defilers. He's going to get that swarm down, and they're not going to be able to get any damage. He is throwing drones in with this, possibly to the top base, or possibly to distract some of the tanks in the beginning. It looks like they're just going into the base, and they are going to be taking out mines as they get there. This could be an attack on the main as he cleans up around the outside. He's looking for a way in.
Yeah, we look at the food count now, still extremely level, 140 to 143. And Jaedong looks like, because I was talking before about how it's so easy to flank on this map, Jaedong has different armies set up across the entire map. And he looks like he's trying to clear out these mines so that he can come in for a full-blown attack. He's getting rid of all these mines, and there's so many Hydras, plus 3 Carapace, plus 1 attack. They're going to be able to tank a lot of hits from these tanks. He's got to be careful, though, with the Irradiate going across all his units.
Wow.
But there's such a long, straight line. And the way that Flash lines his army up, it's in one big line. It's not in a clump, so that Jaedong can get an easy surround. It's a big pulling line across the middle of the map. So wherever Jaedong attacks from, he's going to have the maximum amount of tanks doing damage to his units.
An absolute all-out unit battle to happen sometime soon here, ladies and gentlemen. They are both poised and ready. 50 units on each side to take somebody out. 3 science vessels to irradiate. Will the link? No. That ramp just proved very useful for those tanks.
Yeah, look, we have Lurkers spawning as well. He's going to move in with the Lurkers, Lings, and Defilers. That could be crucial. Jaedong really needs to get this out because Flash is pushing closer and closer to the base. He really needs to get these out. I see that all the Defilers are down, and the Lurkers are in position. That's going to really help Jaedong help defend this low position.
Very nice job with the Lurkers. The tanks forced to pull back from that Dark Swarm from the Defiler. Not able to get around that, and that will protect all of his units within the Swarm.
And Jaedong is loading a ton of units into these overlords. It looks like he's going to drop right across the army of Flash. This could be huge if Jaedong manages to pull this off, because there isn't actually that many clients to take down these overlords. And here Jaedong goes, we'll be able to pull this off.
Oh, wow.
Oh, look at this.
Dropping the Lings. Beautiful job. Oh, my Lord.
And Jaedong fighting. He takes out this army. There is rebuffs, but the Lurkers are going to move up as well. He doesn't take down the entire army, but these Lurkers with the Defilers are going to be able to do a ton of damage against this. All the mines have done so much damage to these Lurkers. And Flash nearly holds on, just finally hangs on to this position.
Wow, I don't think Jaedong thought Flash had a second defense set up like that. All those tanks just sitting there waiting, more vultures even. And now the Hydralisk army of Jaedong to be rebuilt. Will he choose to do something different?
Oh, look,
he does not have enough gas right now to come back into this game. Jaedong taking a very good hit right now. And we'll have to see if he can come back from this one.
And that's a really good hit there by Flash. Because he has so many minerals, he's using it to spend on vultures. And he just annihilated that mineral line of Jaedong. And that will hurt Jaedong because his economy isn't quite as strong now with a 4-base Terran play. Here we go, he's pushing down again with these Lings. He's got to be careful with these mines. These mines are going to do a ton of damage. And the tanks are sieged now. Oh, here it comes. The Lurkers are in position.
Wow.
And these Lings are going to make short work of these tanks. But look how many tanks he has behind there. Flash just can't die.
Flash is getting loans from somewhere. Bank of America, Bank of something right now. It's just a huge power amount of tanks. There it is. That's why 6, 7, 8 racks, just pumping out units, and you can see the line moving down even more. Goliath, tank, Goliath, Vulture. He's just spreading these units out left and right.
170 food to 145 of Jaedong now, and it looks like Flash is maintaining his position, holding it down, moving in with 4 science vessels, looking to edge down further and further. There's a ton of lurkers, a ton of links. He's got to be careful to irradiate. That lurker will get hit down. Look how many Hydras, upgrades are fantastic as well. Oh, look at all these scores coming in for the science vessels. Oh my god, they're all going down. Oh, Jaedong, you are so good.
No way. Wow, Jaedong with the Scourge Micro, Defiler Dark Swarm, trying to take out the tanks valiantly, but he just cannot get past that defense. There are just too many tanks every time. The Defilers just don't have enough energy.
Yeah, even though he managed to get rid of all them science vessels like a boss, he just could not get rid of the tank line. The tank line is so strong, especially with the defensive shield being put down by the science vessels on the tanks. It just makes it that much harder to get rid of him. And Jaedong's looking in a bad position as this expansion is under siege now. He really needs to reinforce this and get back into the lead. Jaedong down at 115 food compared to the 150 of the towering Flash. The ultimate weapon is showing us why that is his nickname.
You know, it reminds me of just like Rocky. Flash just sits there and takes a beating, and when you're worn out, he's going to come back and just roll you over.
And here we go with the link drop. The link drop's going to go over there. The fighters are put down that as well. The cloud being put down. There's not enough. There's too many units there. This link drop just not successful.
Wow.
The lurk is being put down as well. He does manage to clear that little pot out, but right behind that army, there's a ton of Flash units.
Yeah, he did get that center. The center of the tank army, but they are going to have to disperse back to Flash's base here.
Oh, it looks like Flash may be looking to try and harass that top expansion as well. This is really nice play by Flash, doing this critical harassment on these expansions that really matter when we go into the late game.
Yeah, such an amazing job right now. And they are going to need that money because it's dwindling in each of the expansions they had before. Another setup of tanks in the middle. Right now, the containment of Flash, huge all across the map as he starts to push Jaedong back.
Oh, look at all these mines. He's got to be super careful moving units across the map. All these links are getting destroyed by these vultures. Mines as well, especially the tanks being plus 3/3 upgrades for Flash. So we look at all their mines, killing everything.
Very nice job with the plague on the mines before they went down to catch them. That was a very good job. 129 to 70 on the food.
And Flash is slowly wearing Jaedong down. Jaedong needs to keep these expansions up, but he just can't hold on to these expansions. It looks like he will eventually lose the top. Will Jaedong be able to defend against this? He has enough units, but Flash's reinforcements are coming. Though, as we are getting later into the game, minerals are running out. I mean, gas is low as well. This is an extremely close game.
You know, he is the ultimate weapon for a reason, and he's going to show here right now as he just slowly trickles away the defense of Jaedong. Flash coming out very strong in the end, just taking all that damage from Jaedong, making Jaedong waste and waste and waste, and a beautiful defensive job, even with the Dark Swarm, even coming in, calming him out, having rows and rows after tank, and the defense on the right side of that base just absolutely not allowing Jaedong in, and now he's pretty much stuck in a rock and a hard spot to figure out what to counter with.
Yeah, it's really hard for Jaedong right now. He's losing so many drones. His food count's down at 58 compared to the monstrous 121 from Flash. Jaedong's under a lot of pressure right now. He really needs to pull something out of the bag to get back into this game, but it's extremely hard with this form of harassment always on the expansions.
Very nice.
I love the way he's using that Nidus to get down there to start mining again, but Flash puts up more siege tanks, and this is not what Jaedong wants. The units are going to go down the link. Oh, he tried to link into the tank. Really nice play by Jaedong. Is he going to get that tank down? He should get that down, and he does once again defend that, but he really does need to start mining from there.
Yeah, he really does, or at least he does have 600, 400, possibly pop out a few Mutalisks, give those tanks some harassment because he does not have science vessels anymore. He only has vultures and those tanks running around. The Goliaths back at base. He could definitely take out that mid defense, give himself a little bit more room to work with, and possibly grab back one of those expansions.
Yeah, Flash really can't afford to build any science vessels right now. He needs all his gas being spent onto these tanks. It looks like he's going to once again set up out here. Jaedong really needs to hold on to this, but this is going to be the hardest of all. He really did 133 food, so many units, and Jaedong just trying to load. He's trying to load into this overload to get into position onto these tanks, and here it comes. Will he be able to do any damage against this?
Yeah, Jaedong, he has to really come up with something big right now, unless he's got it hiding on the map from all of us. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Flash with your first match.
And Flash taking that down like the best Terran player. Jaedong not looking extremely impressed on stage. You know, he's looking like, oh no, not again. I have to play Flash. And we're going into the same repeat as previous throughout the year. The the MSL, OSL, multiple times Flash consistently keeps beating Jaedong. Jaedong taking another hit across the face.
Yeah, Jaedong really needing to come back from that. And like I said, all weekend long, Flash plays that, kind of offensive play in the beginning. What are you doing? Let me figure it out, the basic scout. And then he lets his opponent just keep attacking him. What do you have? Where's your micro strength? What are you strong in right now? Where's your mentality? And then he waited. How long was that match? It had to be at least 30 plus minutes.
30 minutes.
Flash waits that long just to figure out how to dissect his opponent and take out the map.
Flash's macro, oh my god, the lights never turn off on them factories. They are working 24/7. I feel sorry for the workers in them factories this game because they